Welcome to Words of the Week. This week's theme is Labor Day. So you will find the link for these worksheets in the description below. So hopefully you are comfortable, you have a nice place to write, a good pencil, and let's write some words together. First word is Labor Day. Starting with the capital L at the dotted line, it's a big loop up, big line down, loop, tail, and curve into the A. Little bump up, down, tail, and then right into that B. Big loop up, down, bump, little loop, and curve into that O. Circle around, loop, tail, and into the R. Little line up, diagonal, down, and tail. Then day. Big line down, little loop, big bump, and tail. So since the tail is over here on this side, we will pick up our pencil to write the rest of the word. Little bump up, down, tail, tail, little line down, bump up, big loop down, and tail for the Y. Now you can always practice this a second time freehand writing on a piece of notebook paper if you'd like. Some of these words are maybe short enough that you can practice a second time, or you can flip the paper over and practice that way. The next word is Monday. So little loop, big line down, up, bump, big line down, up, bump, big line down, tail, and curve into the O. Circle, loop, tail. Tail of the N, little line down, up, bump, little line down, tail, curve into the D. Bump, big line up, down, tail, curve into the A. Little bump up, down, tail, and then into the Y, tail, little line down, bump, up, loop, tail. Again, practicing these freehand a second time after you trace them will really get you moving along even quicker with your cursive writing. Holiday, big loop up, big line down, up, bump, little line down and tail, curve into the O. Circle, loop, tail, right into that L. Big loop up, down, tail, I, little line up, down, curve into the D, bump, up, down, curve into the A, bump, up, down, and here's another Y. You're getting a lot of practices with Y's, and dot that I. September. Big line up, diagonal, loop, big line down, bump, tail. Now the tail will go straight through the S, right into that E. Little loop, bump, tail into the P. Tail, big loop to the back, bump, tail into a T. Big line up, down, loop into the E. Tail into the M, little line bump, little line bump, little line down and tail, B, big loop up, down, little loop, and right into that E, and R, little line up, diagonal, down, tail, make sure you cross that T. I had fun picking letters for this holiday, thinking about all the things that we do here in the United States when we celebrate Labor Day. One of them is barbecue. Big loop up, down, bump, loop, curve into the A, bump, up, down, tail, another R. So little line up, diagonal, down, tail, another B, loop into the E, and then here's a Q. So curve, bump, little line up, down, loop to the back, U, little line up, down, bump, up, down, tail, and another E. End of summer. A lot of people think Labor Day marks the end of summer. E, tail, little line down, up, bump, tail for the N, curve into the D, big line up, down, up, circle, loop tail, and right into that F. Big loop up, big loop down, tail, and then an S. Little line up, bump, tail, U, tail, little line down, bump, bump, 2 M's, little line down, bump, bump, E, and another R. A lot of letters in this worksheet today that are very similar. Vacation, a lot of people go on vacation this time, so tail, little line down, bump, a little loop, curve into the A, bump, up, down, tail, curve into the C, bump, curve into the A, bump, up, down, tail, T, I, curve into that O, circle, loop, tail, little line down, bump, little line, tail, cross, and dot. Last one, 3-day weekend. Big line up, down, loop into the H, down, bump, tail, another R, and 2 E's, little loops, tail, and you'll see there's a dash between the 2 words. Bump, up, down, tail, curve into the A, up, down, tail, down, up, loop, tail, and weekend. Little line bump, up, down, bump, little loop, 2 E's, loop up, down, little loop, big tail into the E, another N, little line down, bump, down, curve into the D. So we had a lot of practice on some of the same letters. If you want to watch these letters individually, there is a video list where you can go through the entire alphabet with me and learn each letter. Have a great Labor Day weekend.